Hey there, guys. It's Tim with Rev.man, and my message for you this week is that your glory days are ahead of you. Now, when you hear the term glory days, oftentimes it's referred to as something that happened in the past, when things were better. When we always reminisce about, when we were, captain of the football team, sort of thing, and scored 4 touchdowns in a single game, just like Bundy, right? And typically, when people talk about the glory days, there's a fondness there, but there's also sort of a bittersweet sort of memory to it, where we think to it, it's like, well, things are never going to be that good again. And when we talk about our health and fitness, glory days often went back to time when you were in athletics. Like I said, maybe you were captain of the football team, maybe you were captain of the baseball team, maybe you were really good at soccer or swimming, but you were part of something competitive and you were at the top of your game. This is the best shape that you ever been in your life, and you were younger as well, so that had something to do with it too, as far as the level of vitality and how well you were able to perform these things physically. And now you've gotten older, you've gotten responsibilities, you've got a family to take care of, you've got a job to have to report into, priorities, all these things that add up that push your personal health and fitness down the priority list or totem pole, so to speak. And this is where a lot of people get trapped, is that they think that the glory days are something that is over and done with. Just something to be remembered, thought about fondly, and then moved back into the reality of the fact that that's never going to happen again. And I wanted to change the perspective today. I want to get you to look at this in a different way, that your glory days can actually be ahead of you rather than behind you. Now, our glory days are simply our best days. And if we're thinking about our best days as only being the ones that were behind us, ones that we experienced a long time ago, but hey, that's over and done with, we're never going to have that happen again, that's not a very fun way to live your life, and it brings your current reality to a standpoint where you're always trying to measure up, or you're always measuring it against older parameters where you might have felt happier or you felt like those were the best times, when you can be creating the best times now. And when I talk about health and fitness, a lot of times I come back to my story with P90X. And before that, I had ruptured a disc in my lower back. Those of you who know my story, I talk about it quite a bit. But before that, I had been a competitive athlete. I was a weightlifter. I was always in tip-top shape. I went to the gym all the time. I was very into this. Was an important part of my life, something that I felt very confident in. One of the few things at the time. And when I ruptured a disc, that totally threw my whole life out of whack, because all of a sudden, now something that I felt very strong about, I feel very weak. I feel like I can't do it anymore. I start to adopt the mentality of an injured person, and I start second-guessing, questioning what I'm actually capable of. Even after I had my surgery, I felt debilitated, I felt weak, and it was all right up here in my head, because now I was suddenly convinced that anything that I did out of the ordinary was going to re-injure myself, or I was going to make it worse. And so I had to take it really easy, be really careful about all of my actions. And I did that for several years until I came across P90X. Friends introduced us. I started actually doing the program and having that structure in place, having specified workouts that I could follow, that I didn't have to go into the gym and try to put together a plan myself, trying to re-establish what I had been doing before, because obviously what I had been doing before eventually led to an injury, so some changes needed to be made, but I still liked that feeling of feeling that much vitality in my life, that much power and strength. I wanted that again. The P90X structure allowed me to just focus on the program, focus on what they were doing in the workouts, do the actions, and then realize, hey, some of these movements that I probably wouldn't have even tried myself before, I actually can handle these. My body's actually taking care of this. I have a little pain here and there, but not nearly what I thought it would be. I didn't injure myself. In fact, I got in a whole lot better shape, got myself back on track, and restarted my momentum with a higher level of basically a comfortability within my body and knowledge of what my body was capable of now. So I was in even greater plane than I had been before. I was getting more flexibility, better core strength, better agility, all these things that I hadn't had before, because I only focused on one thing, which was weightlifting, never did any kind of stretching, so I had expanded my horizons and therefore brought myself to a better new present of what I was capable of. And so the glory days are what you make of them. They can be something that you only think back on, or they can be something that you bring into the present and that continues on into your future. Don't let your best days be days where you were just starting to get started with your journey. And whether that be health and fitness or your life, you learn so many things throughout life. Why not continue to allow that to expand and make your experience more beneficial and more wonderful along the way? So that's what I want to challenge you. If you're thinking about the glory days as something that's never going to come again, start redirecting that perspective. Realize that by taking action today, you can start building momentum to an even more glorious future. It's only through action that you start to get motivation, that you start to feel energized, that you start to feel invigorated to do things. And it's only by taking action and seeing those little small steps start to add up in momentum that you're actually going to start feeling the process of making that change, of starting to feel more powerful, of starting to feel those things that you want in your life again. You have to take action. You have to follow it. Having a structure in place is helpful. It was for me. So these are the details that I wanted to share with you to help you feel this out so that your glory days can be ahead of you rather than behind you. So I'd love for you to share in the comments section below how you make each day better than the last. And that's not to say that every day is, no matter how much we try, some days are just crappy. It just happens that way. Sometimes we have whole weeks that are crappy. It's all about how you get back up. It's all about how you reposition your attitude, reposition how you approach your life, your health and fitness, your career, your family, everything. Making it a priority to change it for the better. This is going to take you a lot further and make it to where your glory days are ahead of you, and they are now. So thanks so much for watching. Please share in the comments what you do to help yourself stay on track and keep yourself feeling a bit better and more glorious every single day. And if you like what we said in this video, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, give us a comment, check us out at revvedupman.com, and check into one of our online training camps if you're looking for more structure and accountability, all listed on revvedupman.com. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great night. Have a great day. Whatever time you're watching this, we'll talk to you soon.